Hello and good evening and welcome to the No Exit Experience, where everyone gets a chance to talk and no one is excluded with the exception of those who trample on the speech of others. It is a show where all topics are welcome and no one is censored from giving their honest views on those topics. If you can handle that, then hop on the bus. You're in for a wild ride. My name is Jason. I'm the bus driver. My passengers today are Vanessa, Robbie, Richard, and Sir Thomas Windsor Mountbatten in the tiller seat. So you're welcome to join us on the web feed. And if you want to put comments in, you can do that too on Facebook. Can you put comments on YouTube or on Twitch or on and TikTok? Mm-hmm. So we're going to jump right into it. Oops. I got to get my list. Okay. Robbie, campaign promises and global warming.
Yeah, have you ever noticed, they all made promises back 11 years ago about helping the climate control, and it just went away at the end. It's like they wanted to basically save the climate, and then boom, here we are.
Have you been paying attention in those 10 years?
Not really.
Because there are people that deny that it even occurs. The people that deny that it occurs are like this much of the population. I mean, anthropogenic warming is happening. And to say it isn't is like saying you're not wearing a gray T-shirt. You say, no, it's red because you have some red up here.
Plus, I've been hearing that they're trying to put these new AI distribution centers.
Oh, yeah, those are going to suck all the water.
AI is from hell. I mean, I can't wait till they do Skynet and they realize, hey, wait a minute, we can hack into everything and we can launch the missiles and get rid of these people. But the only thing is they can't repair themselves yet. But here's a hit from the 80s. The Reagan administration got the USDA to reclassify things that were chilled to 28 degrees as deep chilled so they could sell frozen as fresh.
Ooh, moving the goalposts, huh?
Absolutely, and that's the truism. I mean, it's screwing with people's minds, and if you hear it all the time, you think it's true, like the 2020 election was rigged. No, it wasn't. Mm-hmm. Or this Georgia Maloney that Trump saying she begged him for a picture, and she said, this is absolutely untrue. I didn't beg him for anything. And she said, he treats his allies as if they're the enemy, and he cuddles up to the enemies like they're his friends. So, I mean, my last thing on that is the pundits say that you can't campaign on we're not them, but it's getting really hard to do. They say the Democrats need a platform that isn't we're not them, but there are all sorts of unforced errors. I mean,
yeah,
and it's hard not to say that's not me. Because every reprehensible thing, the next one is so crazy you can't believe if it's true or not. You got to look and see if it's the Babylon Bee or it's the Onion or if it's the New York Times because they're so off the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, like the paint, the algae in the paint's coming off the bottom of the reflecting pool. And what does the president say? It's vandalism, and Democrats did it.
He also was blaming Obama.
Yeah, indeed, because, Barack Obama was born.
It was nicer looking before he destroyed it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, same with the Rose Garden.
Well, common sense says darker colors heat up more, which promotes the algal bloom. That's why the lighter blue was good. And we don't know if this is real or not. I saw it online. I said last week, they're going to sell chunks of that paint as souvenirs. And there was somebody had that. I don't know if it was a meme or if it was a real ad that they were Don Jr. and the other son were selling pieces of it. You could buy different. I don't know if it's real or not, but I said that.
Sounds real.
It's like a piece of a jersey from a pro athlete. But for the no bid contract, you think they would have known? Hey, maybe I should put some primer down. I mean, I'm just Joe Stupid here, but I thought prime. Okay. Anybody have anything else to say about global warming? Go ahead.
No, his was about campaign promises.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that they all also break. I mean, every time they walk into a factory, before every candidate walks into a factory, we're going to help you. We're going to pay you extra money. We're going to take out less taxes. And what do? Screw you over.
Well, this is the time now, though, that they're closing down because they don't have any fuel. And and no new wars. I mean, change his name to Department of War, immediately lose his first war. You know, that's everybody says it, but President Trump's the only one who's done it. So, yeah, he's got that going for him. No matter how much you try to vilify the left, you got to admit.
No, it's all candidates on that one, on the campaign promises. Like, hey, let's walk into a factory and we'll give you more jobs and that. And
Never happens.
Never happens.
They're just taking jobs with AI everywhere they can anyway.
Well, except for somebody has to repair the machines. And if you're at Campbell Soups,
Yeah.
you know that it ain't going to can itself. Okay. Anything else?
No.
Yeah. Ever since I could first vote, I always wondered if there was a way to change the Constitution so that when a campaign promise was made, there'd be a way to hold the politician accountable if they got elected. You have any suggestions how that could be done? Wow. Like, could there be a referendum? Oh, you promised this and you didn't do it. We can now kick you out of office?
In theory, yes, but that's why there's so many. How President Trump has run roughshod over the Constitution by claiming everything is Article 2, that it's all presidential power, because he said, nobody's using it, so I'm going to use it. And that's why there are supposed to be checks and balances in there, and that would be very difficult to do. I understand your point, but...
What are you saying, that if such a provision was passed, it couldn't be enforced?
Yeah, I think it would be because it's very vague in the
Well, what if the campaign is promised, I'm at this factory.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm elected, I promise you I will get you more jobs here. That's easy to verify, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what would be the thing? Make them all swear in when they get there.
Put
Yeah,
put it on a factory user manual or something.
But I mean, swear it in under penalty of perjury.
And then you could sue them in a what?
You could have them criminally arrested for perjury.
I would like to see something like that done, though.
Well,
because I like Rob, I've seen so many campaign promises just evaporate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And I do like Democrats because I liked Brian Higgins. He did a lot for us, New York State. Mm-hmm. And Brian Brown has done a lot for Buffalo. Like, you look at from like downtown.
Oh, yeah. Even Jimmy Griffin bringing baseball here.
But Byron Brown also left this deficit of $20 million that Sean Ryan's having to pick up the hole for. And
he's also from New York City, Byron Brown.
Well, the thing that I wondered about, Brian, which one?
Brown.
No, not Byron. Brian
Higgins.
I always say Irish. He and Boris Johnson fight for the politicians with the worst hair in the Western world. And if the only thing I can remember about him is his hair, that's pretty sad. Because I saw him in the airport once, and he really does have that artificial-looking hair. And also, for him to resign during his term, there's something behind the scenes that's there. Because the Shays could have waited. They could have waited for him. I mean, seriously, it's not like they're a Wall Street firm. So there's something going on there why he had to get out and quietly leave. So I don't.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, there's something going on because,
especially if somebody resigns and says, "I want to spend more time with my family."
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Well, I mean, Byron Brown, he had a job at OTB basically.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, he was a councilman before, so he already has his 20 years in for his pension. He didn't have to stay till the end of his mayor term because he already had his pension secured.
Plus, he got more grayer and more gray hair on top too.
Did you look for a before and after of everybody from
I know.
Bill Clinton to because Ronnie Reagan colored his hair black, jet black.
Like Grecian formula.
He probably wanted to be an actor again. So
Well,
He still was.
as somebody said in Doonesbury, he's every bit as good a politician as he was an actor.
Ooh.
he did it for the Gipper.
Did it for Bonzo.
But looking at George W. Bush, Obama, Obama had a full head of black hair, and then he's gray now. He looked like a Q-tip.
Yeah, Clinton was partially a little bit starting to change over, even though he was 40-something.
Well, but that's the funny thing, that all of the preceding presidents are still younger than the two guys who ran, than Biden and Trump.
Well, they're
Bill
dinosaurs.
Clinton is younger than the current president.
Yep.
Yeah.
How close is Trump to senility?
He's already there, probably.
I think so too.
Yeah, because he does what's called sundowning, because that's why he's crazy overnight. And he wanders around, and he's the verbose type. Mm-hmm. And also, every accusation is a confession. You know that, but I'm going to get to that. That's my next topic.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is one of my topics, because do you know the song Daughter from Pearl Jam?
Yeah.
Well, it's 34 years old. The short story is you hear that a girl who gets beaten because she's bad in school. And Eddie Vedder said it's about dyslexia. Because Gavin Newsom has admitted he's dyslexic. President Trump probably is, but he can never admit he's wrong. But he has the president has some type of learning disability. But dyslexia and intelligence do not go together.
Yeah.
Now, dyslexia is different from being illiterate, because illiterate is something you can change. You can't solve yet the dyslexia.
That's right.
But that's what happens when it's not recognized.
So you can be dyslexic and be highly intelligent.
Yeah,
You
Henry
just have
Winkler.
trouble expressing it.
Well, yeah, or you know that it's not, you're not mentally retarded. And what our president does is say low IQ people. That's every accusation of the confession. He knows that he's not the smartest guy, so he accuses everybody else. And Gavin Newsom, he derided him for saying that he was dyslexic. You know that, and remember,
Wait a minute, you said he derided him,
Trump derided Newsom.
saying Newsom was dyslexic.
Well, Newsom himself said he was dyslexic. He admitted himself. He said, I'm dyslexic. That's why I can't do these speeches.
Okay.
But remember, in Trump's first term, when he made fun of the handicap or the differently abled reporter,
Yeah.
the guy's a disreputable piece of shit. So that's
Yeah.
why, and that's why kids that are big kids that are dyslexic become bullies, because their grades aren't good enough. So they take it out on everybody else because their parents beat them like a gong at home. And if you're not big and muscular, you're just they call you dumb, and you get picked on, and you get bullied. But that's the thing, that and it doesn't limit to males or females, you know. So it's something sad that actually we can appreciate it now, because you know, if you were just called. Because if you're a dyslexic kid and you're in the special ed class, you say, I don't belong here. You know, like back when I was in med school at the Coney Island Hospital, they put the drunks and the psychs, they were in the same unit. The one guy said, I'm a drunk, I'm not crazy. You know, and
Unless
that's
you're
why,
drinking whiskey.
I'm crazy for beer.
that's potomania.
Oh, really? It's a thing. Cool.
Yeah, that it's you can't.
So what is the moral of the Pearl Jam song?
Well, it's just talking about the girl's getting beaten because her grades aren't good, but they pull down the shade so the neighbors can't look in the window and see her getting beaten. Because and it's a recurrent thing. So it's really sad when you listen to it.
So the song doesn't resolve itself somehow?
No, because there's no solution. Just getting beaten like a gong by your folks. You know, well, you know it. Growing up here, that was a regular occurrence. You know,
Yeah.
And it's not if you yes or no; it's how much.
Or Riverside. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's. I mean, does anybody else have any experience with dyslexia?
Yeah, I sort of have
No.
directional dyslexia because I was supposed to be left-handed and they forced me to be right-handed. So when people say right and left, I have to think for a while and which is which, especially when I'm tired. But east and west is easier to discern than right and left. I always get confused by direction because of that.
Yeah, I need sun to determine where I
Yeah.
am, because if it's cloudy, I can't tell. I do a lot of solar and star navigation.
You know, it's funny you should say that because, you know, now that I don't have a car and people give me rides, I navigate. So I'll say to someone, okay, we're coming up to a stop sign, turn. I don't say turn left. But you know what some people say? I'll go, we're coming up to a stop sign. And they'll say, right or left. See, they've got to hear the word.
I'd do better with the sign, the
That's
gesture.
what I thought. Yeah, the gesture would be better.
Well, that's the difference between being on the phone with somebody and somebody being in the vehicle. Because like you say, you navigate. And the person that's in the distaff seat, they will usually quiet down when traffic is heavier and they're an extra set of eyes. The person on the phone has none of those cues. That's why it's the person sitting next to you is better than being on the phone when you're driving.
Yeah.
Also, I see there's a Humvee for sale across the street. You sure you don't want to buy it?
Well, I was talking to Tom Windsor about that.
You really want it?
I said, that's a weird spot across the street because people put things there that are perfectly good. So I've gotten a lot of things that were just flawless. Like, why are they throwing this out? So now that vehicle, and I said, I bet you somebody got that for free and said, well, I can't give this away. No one will take it. So I'll sell it for a song. And he said, somebody probably has a Humvee and they bought that for parts.
Ooh.
And they took away all the parts they needed, and now they're selling what's left over.
I wonder if it can drive off.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it can fire up, then
Like Knight Rider.
Ooh, Knight Rider.
because Humvee, the military grade Humvee won't fit through a drive-through. It's that wide, and it can go over a 36-inch. It can come right up to a 36-inch wall and drive up across it.
Ooh.
Now, you would think on the sign they would say for sale for parts.
If it is
But
parts.
They don't.
Yeah. Maybe it
So
starts up.
maybe he just wants to get rid of this vehicle.
Well, but also, I would be very pissed if I said, "Hey, let me see the Humvee," and I drive all the way out here, and say, "Does it start?" And he says, "Yeah" or "No." I was like, "Well, why the hell did you waste my time?"
You probably ask him on the phone when you call him. Maybe.
Well, a lot of people aren't that smart.
Okay.
They got to see it first. But hey, it's maroon, dude. It's maroon. It's a Humvee. Come on, man. It sells itself.
Oh yeah. You have a lot of fun with that thing.
Paying $6 a gallon for diesel.
yeah.
But they have the filters. You could put anything in there, right down to
Kitchen
raw
grease?
petroleum, kitchen grease. I mean, you know, they can.
You can run a Humvee on other than gas.
Yeah, you can run it
Yeah.
on biofuel.
But I mean,
and
they
stuff.
put the right filter in.
Yeah.
Anything that's a hydrocarbon, you could put Crisco in there.
We used
Did you know this
Crisco.
about Humvees?
No, I did not.
Boy, what a all-purpose vehicle.
Well, yeah, that they gotta you could if it can flow, you can put it in there. Like if you had actually like Vaseline, I'm not sure that would work.
What about a bottle of whiskey?
Whiskey, that'd
Oh,
be
it has too much of a
alcohol.
water content.
McDonald's oil.
Diddy oil.
Well,
Oh, it's got to be a
Fire.
biofuel.
yeah,
Yeah,
it has to be
biofuel.
because the things that are cut with water, like Everclear, you could put Everclear in there because that's only 5% water.
Oh,
Don't mention you said you wouldn't do anything gross.
I'm not.
You just did. You just
What'd I
said
do?
it. You said Diddy oil.
oh. I think that was gross.
Well,
All right.
it's been done.
All right.
Okay, so Robbie,
Yeah.
FIFA blocking names of NFL stadiums.
Yeah, I noticed like they've been calling like MetLife Stadium, New York Stadium, Gillette Stadium, Boston Stadium, which it's not in Boston, it's in Foxborough. Like I don't know why they block like the names. It's
It's the
calling
same
it
in the
by the-
Olympics. It's the same in the Olympics. You can't have a sponsored name. But did you see at the Levi
Oh.
Stadium? It has the Levi's blocked out, but it's in the shape of the Levi symbol.
Oh, so, okay.
Oh, let's just say
That's
stadium
clever.
inside
yeah,
a Levi
I
symbol.
seen it in the Dallas one too. They covered up AT&T and still.
Oh, is this for the World
AT&T.
Cup?
Yeah.
huh.
All there's calling them by the
But
name
it's like,
and
but
the
it's
location.
like, why don't they just call it Foxborough Stadium? It's not in in
Right.
Boston. It's in Foxborough.
Well, if they had one here, would they say Orchard Park Stadium instead of Buffalo? You think?
I
That'd be a
would say
similar thing.
or Buffalo Stadium probably.
Erie County Stadium.
The Crossroads Arena.
Virtually. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Or the ballpark downtown, like Pilot Field was.
Jimmy Griffin Park.
Are you in favor of selling naming rights for extra money?
I believe if they need it. I mean, I believe that.
I think it
I
cheapens.
mean, Highmark is like, it's a what?
it's a medical company.
Medical company.
Yeah,
That's,
like medical
You know, why
supplies or
not?
something, yeah.
You know.
Because it's the No Fun League, and they have billions. They don't need the money. I
I
mean, it's
know.
a trivial amount. You know, for
Well,
them.
I mean, I liked it better when the old stadium was Ralph Wilson. 'Cause
I
it's
liked it
all
when it was
Ralph.
Rich Stadium.
Erie County Stadium. That was the very first
Do you
one.
think it'd be better if they just put it up for a vote? Send us your suggestions for the name of the stadium?
That doesn't generate any money.
They should actually probably name it after someone historical or relevant to the area or the sport or something that has something to do with it.
It would
That'd be
be-
more noble than like selling.
In England, they have this tradition when they're going to be naming something that's owned by the public. They feel that the public should name it. Send in your names, and then they put it up for a vote. Now, the last time they did this, people were appalled by what won the vote.
Huh.
It was a new boat,
Uh-huh.
and the public voted on
Bodie
Bodie.
McBoatface.
Really?
How was that? Was my ventriloquism pretty good?
Yeah, yeah. Was that Charlie McCarthy?
Well, there was it was 15 years ago on online, and this one guy who's a really smart doc, and his sister is an attorney, and she said that's equivalent to calling somebody Fatty McFatty Pants because you can't think of any other argument in
Oh
court.
boy.
And so that's where the idea of Bodie McBodie Face
I
came
thought it
from.
was clever.
Well, you got.
I like that.
Yeah,
name.
think about it. Like Green Bay is like probably the only field that doesn't get naming rights because after
owned by
their
the people,
founder, Lambeau
right?
Field,
Yeah.
Well,
by
Oh.
their founder.
And so
Lambeau.
people will do that automatically with athletes' names. They will put forth suggestions like this is a better name for that, say that quarterback. So there's a quarterback for Atlanta kept getting injured. Chris Chandler. You know what the fans renamed him?
I don't know.
Crystal Chandelier.
Hey, if the shoe fits. Because, like, I know somebody who checks a lot of the boxes, what you said, Richard, O.J. Simpson.
Why, he was renamed?
No, name the stadium after him. You said somebody has connections.
Oh,
famous
yeah.
football player.
The O.J.
He's
Dome.
dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
OJ Dome, but there's no dome.
This dome slashes and dashes.
O.J. Orange jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have pictures of it, but did you know what they based the new Highmark Stadium on? The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the
Yeah.
UK.
Yep.
I
Why,
mean,
was that a successful design?
oh yeah, it's a very modern stadium. And if you look at it, the parallels, it's remarkable. It echoes like they definitely got Highmark Stadium got a lot of inspiration from Tottenham Hotspur.
Do you think Tottenham had wind problems and they solved it with
Absolutely
the
not.
design?
I don't know how much. I don't know what the wind is like in the UK. You know.
'Cause I think they did something like that to Wembley Stadium too, which was, it was like a major outdoor stadium, but I think they did like that type of roof, so they must have the winds or something.
But Old Trafford, Man U, forever.
You know, in the last 5 years of his life, OJ would come to Bill's games not as a VIP, but as a regular person. And in one of those times that he came, he sat with the tailgaters. So he took out his lawn chair and he sat by his SUV, and then people were just walking up to him. And I thought, what would happen if you walked up to OJ? He's sitting there, and you could say anything to him. Because people were generally polite.
Yeah.
You know, they welcomed him, you know.
I would
Nice to
say
see
to- I
you
would
here
say to him-
celebrating with us.
I would say, hey, OJ, you were a killer on the field.
You would
boy.
make a joke like
You
that?
probably no, you would chicken out. I mean, because
No, I wouldn't. I'll be like, here, can I have an autograph?
yeah, yeah, that because there's a dragnet about that was about attracting black officers to the NY or the LAPD, and OJ played one of the prospective people, and I thought he was in college at that time, but he was doing TV. That was like 67 before he finished at USC.
Oh wow.
What would you say to OJ if you walked up to him?
I would not walk up to him.
A lot of people did that very thing. I will not say anything rather than saying something
Yeah.
negative.
Right. Yeah. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all.
No, I'd probably be like, here, can I have your autograph? Because, you know, he was an old Bills player. I mean, he's treated like he's a hero in Buffalo Bills history, like, basically. But, I mean, there people are going to call him a killer and that,
Well,
murderer.
Well, it didn't fit.
people in Iraq throw shoes at the U.S. president. So I mean,
I know.
but that reminds me of back in what year was the OJ thing? 95 with the Bronco.
94.
94. I was working on the ambulance.
The
and
Bond film?
Bronco, the white Bronco.
Bronco.
yeah.
The anniversary just happened.
Yeah, and there were these
32
two Buffalo
years.
police officers, because I remember this, that one guy had two guns on him, like a cowboy, but they were both right-hand drawn, but he has one on each hip. The other dude has a perfect uniform on and this leather shoulder holster that looked like it was about his last legs with a 38 in there. But one of them said, OJ might have been there, but I think his son did it. His son, Jason, was there.
Have you heard that?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did-
Yeah,
he covered
because
for
it-
his son all these years?
Because the DNA will match up. And when you have something that high profile, I think Lance Ito lost control of that by having it televised.
He lost control?
Lost control, yeah. Because these people are glazing over. They're like,
Who is?
the jurors.
Oh.
You know, I mean, the LAPD framed a guilty man. You know, Mark Furman just died too, and that's what. And Robbie couldn't understand that they framed a guilty man.
I could understand it. It was Jim Prey that didn't understand it.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
The late Jim
The
Prey.
spirit of Jim
Oh,
Prey
yeah.
is still with us.
Memorial.
spirit doesn't exist.
It's a
Neither
good,
does the soul. Or
there's a good band, Spirit.
oh, wait, what was that song? Spirit. What's that?
Nature's Way.
No, there was one
I
famous
got a
song they
line
had.
on you.
Oh, Strumbellas. I got
Yeah.
spirits in my head.
They
won't-
did the thing, Embryo, that Led Zeppelin got the idea for Stairway to Heaven from, and they went
Oh.
to court and lost. No, Spirit won. Led Zeppelin lost.
Yeah, because Led Zepp stole everything
yeah,
they
they
did.
did. Yeah, that's true.
Like they even had to pay Richie Valens' mother.
Oh, it was the estate of Spirit that won. When Randy
Was it the estate?
California,
Oh,
who wrote the song,
Randy
was
California,
alive,
yeah.
he said, "Oh, hell with it." He said, "You know, if they like our music and they want to borrow it, that's fine." He was such a nice guy. How did he die? How did Randy California die?
Did he puke on his own or choke on his own vomit?
He died helping somebody who was drowning. Isn't that something?
Oh, wow.
And you want to know something crazy? There's a guy in Warren, PA, named Randy California. He was administration at Warren General Hospital. So
Synonym.
you know,
But I mean, I always thought Randy California was an excellent songwriter.
Oh, he is. Yes, I agree.
but not as
It
good.
was like
as,
one hit after another after another. You know,
But
when
not-
you listen to Seven Lives of
The
Dr.
12,
Sargonic,
whatever, the
is it
12
12 Lives.
Yeah, 12 Live Dr.
Like,
Sardonicus.
it's just a series of hits. It's like a greatest hits
That
album.
was a good album.
but not as good as Shit List
Oh, you want to tell us about
by
that?
by L7.
So you never got into Spirit, did you?
No, I mean the only band from that time that I like is The Doors. I don't like anything classic rock except The Doors. I don't like anything metal except for Motley Crue. So that's what I mean. I take the outlier instead of the group.
There could be a lot of obscure things you never heard you might like, though. too.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I do.
that was an old meme from like 2002.
That's right.
There's a
Ain't
guy.
Nobody got time for that. Yeah.
There's a guy named Bub Rub, and it was his sister because it was about these exhaust horn things, you know, using the exhaust gas, and it would be like a vuvuzela but on a car exhaust, and the sister says, "Ain't nobody got time for that." So and that became its own
Yeah.
meme. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember all like good dumb stuff from the past.
So, anything else about FIFA blocking names? Anybody else have
No.
anything about corporate greed? Okay. So, the next topic is mine. It's War of 1812 corpse. It was about 40 years ago. They found a body that was completely preserved because it was in like the peat or the mud of a British soldier that was probably about 15, but a cannonball had taken his head right off.
Oh, wow.
So the body's completely intact from here down. And that reminded me of,
Why was it intact?
because it was in the mud. It was preserved in the mud.
The
Oh, a
mud
headless
preserved
body?
The
Yeah,
body?
headless body found in topless bar. You know, that,
boy.
that was a true New York Post headline. But yeah, they
So there's some kinds of earth that will decay a corpse and others that will preserve it?
didn't you ever hear of bogmen? You know, in the peat in the UK. Yeah, that the peat will do it. Anything that'll dry it out or keep it conserved. So like in mud, it can do it, or ice. And when I was 15 years old, I just got tickled by this idea of. A cannonball with a smiley face on it. He put on his stump.
Or a pumpkin.
I don't know why. I don't know why that tickled me. But then, because you were talking about the guy I had in 1999 who blew his head off with the shotgun, that was a little bit more real for me.
Huh.
Yeah.
I have a little side story. My uncle was a gun dealer, and he had a vanity plate on his car that said "Gunman," and on Father's Day, he blew his head off. So
Well,
Did he do it with a revolver or with a shotgun?
I don't know. He had a ton of guns. He even sold machine guns at that store. He
Who
was
was
like,
it who found him?
his wife.
ooh,
He went to the den after like dinner on Father's Day, and she wasn't very nice to him, and he couldn't take it no more. So that's what he did.
until the assault weapons ban went in '94, because there was. Do you remember Computer Shopper back in the '80s and '90s? It was like a phone book, you know, it had all the stuff in it.
No.
Shotgun
I don't know if I
News
do.
is like
You
computer.
mean like those ticket books? Like-
No. A
Oh, it was
catalog book.
as a catalog for like computer stuff.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Computer Shopper. Well, Shotgun News was like Computer Shopper, but for guns. And
Yeah.
there was a gun, or there was a shotgun there called the Street Sweeper. That's a 12-round shotgun revolver. I wanted to buy one of those. Now it's not legal.
Oh boy.
But
Mr.
then-
Chance.
But then you know, I said, what do I need that for? To shoot myself?
Target practice. It's fun.
Well, you know,
You shoot beer cans and stuff.
but
What did they learn from the 1812 corpse? Anything from the DNA?
that was well before we could do anything with DNA.
oh,
and
when
I-
did they discover it?
That was like 1985 or.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So if
so-
it were discovered today, they might know more about how
Or-
he died, or
Well, it
they
was
knew
pretty
how
clear,
he died,
yeah.
but they might know if he had any illness.
Well, they ain't gonna get his dental records anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Well-
helping identify him. Yeah.
Dental records didn't mean anything then because most people didn't have teeth. That's why George Washington had hippo ivory teeth and some wooden ones, and also
Wow.
teeth from dead people.
Yeah,
in
some
his dentures.
people said he got them from like some of his slaves, but that's like I'm not sure if that's real or not.
Yeah, because with the root in there,
Mm-hmm.
you know the base of it, it's hard to make that work. Because if you cut it down, there's nothing to hook it in.
Right.
So in World War II, at the fall of Berlin, the Soviets got Hitler's body, what was left of it, and they sent it back to Moscow. And as the forensic techniques improved over the years, the Soviet doctors were able to tell from the dental records that was Hitler.
Oh,
They kept it a secret.
Hey,
I thought he went to Argentina. Oh,
The Soviets wanted that misinformation out there.
Why couldn't they make him a human pinata?
they did that to Mussolini after he died.
yeah, that well at least they
Sorta.
didn't do it to him when he was alive,
No,
because
yeah.
that would just be cruel.
Oh,
But I
like
asked
Ceausescu.
Claudia about that. I said, why did Argentina take all the Nazis? She said, it's Perón, money, period.
Well, there's another factor.
Yeah.
She told me Argentina's a lot like the United States. They have a huge immigration flow there. And when the immigrants come in, they always go with their same people. So, you know, the Chinese will go with the Chinese people and the Germans with the German. There was a huge German community in Claudia's father was German.
Oh, I didn't know that.
All right. So she knew about the German community. And so it was just, look, if you are leaving Germany, go to Argentina. It's like a mini Germany you're going to.
Oh,
So
Were you the one telling me about the German prisoners of war in World War II that were put up like in Nebraska, and
Yeah.
they liked it so much they had it better there as prisoners than they did back in Germany?
right, and they asked if they could stay when the war ended. Can I stay and become an American?
Hey. Well, that's what happened. That's permissive society. That's what you get when you're criminals. When your criminals want to stay in jail.
Yeah, I remember that story. They, the prisoners, number one, they felt that they were treated very humanely, and more so like a member of the community. And so even the farmer would say to the prisoners, "Go to the general store and buy the stuff, and then bring it back." And they would do it, and they loved it so much that they wanted to stay and be a part of that.
Whereas the flip side, do you know what Sophie's choice was?
Which child she would say?
Yeah, which child, the boy or the girl? I mean, and until Oprah showed that to Meryl Streep, she had never watched it. And the guy who played the officer, the German officer, he really tried to avoid that because it was such a horrid thing, you know?
Oh, he reluctantly made her choose.
Well, no, the acting looked real. I mean, he looked really evil German. But the actor himself was
Oh, he was playing a part he didn't like.
right, because it was really bad. It was just like Colonel Klink on Hogan's Heroes. He had been
I did nothing.
wasn't he a prisoner of war? But
Oh, so he was nothing like the character.
oh, not at all. And Robert Cleary, the guy who wore red, he was
In
actually
what?
he wore in Hogan's Heroes.
Oh.
The guy who wore red in the red beret, the supposed French guy,
Yeah.
he was French. He actually fought in World War II.
Oh.
As I think he was a Free French guy.
So it's sort of like Archie Bunker. Carol O'Connor was nothing like him.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was the opposite.
In the words of Sir Larry Olivier, that's why we call it acting, my boy.
that's right. Too many people conflate
People with
roles
their
on
roles.
TV or media with the reality of the person.
And that's got to do a number on the mind of the actor.
Yeah.
Hey, I just played that person. I'm not that person.
Yeah, like a child actor, like they can't sometimes they can't get out of their own character from back then.
That's right.
Well, if you remember from 1980, Ordinary People, Mary Tyler Moore played against type, and she was a horrible mother. She was abusive, and she ends up leaving on the family because Timothy Hutton was the son who was suicidal and he was depressed. And who played the father? I forgot who played the father, but that was Robert Redford's first directed film, and he won an Oscar for it, for Best Picture. But she played against type, and apparently
So she didn't like the character, but she played it anyway?
I don't know if she liked it or not, but it was different from what she was known as being all bubbly and funny and happy, and Laura, what's her name from Dick Van Dyke Show, and then Mary, whatever her name was on Mary Tyler Moore Show, all bubbly and
Mary
happy.
Richards, wasn't
Richards,
it?
yeah.
Do you think Sean Connery made a wise move when he said, I'm being identified too much with James Bond, I got to start doing other things?
And making Zardoz?
Oh,
A lot
Zardoz
of
was
stuff.
great.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
You don't
it
think
was,
so?
It was reviewed. I was wondering if I should see it, so I read some
You
reviews.
should. It's one of my favorites.
It gets 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I like to make my own judgments, though. It's like it's amazing. It's so
Yeah,
weird.
I agree with Vanessa. Yeah,
I recommend it. It's really
very
good.
highly. You know about this movie, Zardoz?
No.
It was short for Wizard of Oz. The name, sort of. It was. Yeah.
Is it aliens come to a planet?
It's got the big stone head that flies around and gives guns to
and
people.
they say, now how are we going to subdue the planet? And they start looking through the libraries of the people on the planet, and they find the Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, we're going to use that as a model on how to control the population.
That's a brilliant piece of 70s sci-fi fantasy.
Yeah.
But that-
amazing.
But that's where you get, what is the point? Like I said, what's the difference? When is graffiti, where does art and graffiti, where do they differ? What's the line? Because
to me, art is.
Well, I watch these movies that get 0% just to see if they're really that bad. And many of them suck that bad.
Well, this one doesn't.
But there's a movie,
It's a good one.
I Heart Shaky, that got a 0%. It has Steve Lemmy from Broken Lizard, from the guys that did Super Troopers. It really wasn't that bad. It should be about 40%.
Yeah,
but it
right.
wasn't that bad. But the only reviews it got were bad, so it gets 0%. I expect those to be schlock.
I don't always trust critics, though. A lot of times they're stuffy.
Yeah, well, there's another thing, too. Okay, let's say a movie gets 0% from the people who voted on it on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
It would be good to know what those same people think is a good movie.
Oh, yeah, that would be.
It might be something, like
Mm-hmm.
Marvel or something that they think is the greatest movie ever made. And you'd say, well, we just got different taste.
That happened with Act of Valor back in 2011 because the people that they had, it was about a SEAL team, and the people they had couldn't do it right, so they got actual Navy SEALs. Now, Derek Van Orden, who's a congressman from Wisconsin, was in that film because he was a SEAL at the time. And that's why the acting is so stilted, and because there's some real actors that were like Nestor Serrano and who's the woman, but people that but the rest of these guys only went by their first names, like Lieutenant Rourke, or Chief Swanee, and the people love this movie, but the critics said the acting is wooden. It's like you went into the Sherwood Forest, and it seems unrealistic. But they took a lot of things out of Mike Spann, who was the first person to get killed in Afghanistan. He was a SEAL, and he's the one who took the helmet. Or he jumped on the grenade and it lifted him up and killed him, and that's what one of the guys does in this movie. But taking a grenade for the team.
The 2026 movie Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
Critics hated it. People loved it.
What's that one about?
It's about a ping pong player who manages to become the greatest ping pong player in the world, but he gives it up to be with his wife. In other words, he decides, okay, I'm right on the verge of achieving my ultimate goal, which I've sacrificed everything for, including the woman I got pregnant.
Oh.
And then he says, I got to do the right thing. So he just walks out on it, and he goes back and becomes a loving father.
Did you hear what Timothy Chalamet said around Oscar time?
Yeah.
That he said nobody cares about opera or ballet. And on Saturday Night Live, they raked him because they said, and he's out promoting his movie about ping pong. And also, that movie got shut out at the Academy Awards. So,
this movie Zardoz we're talking
Yeah,
about?
Zardoz.
The studio owed John Borman a favor. And they said, okay, well, we can't give you that movie, but we can make it up to you. And he said, now's the time to make it up for me. And he conceived, wrote, directed the whole movie, Zardoz. So it's like what they call it an auteur, when you're in charge of everything.
Right.
So that's another point in that movie's credit,
well, that was like Michael Cimino with The Deer Hunter. He had such a big success, they let him do Heaven's Gate, and he nearly put whichever one it was, if it was MGM or if it was United Artists or if it was
Right.
Columbia, out of business because by indulging him so much.
Yeah, and people wonder if that was an instance of a bandwagon effect. So many people said it's a bad movie, and then other people said, well, I'm going to say it's a bad movie. And
Oh, yeah. People
yet-
love to do that.
and now there's people saying, if you go look at it, it's not a bad movie.
No, it's not.
Well,
Like collective amnesia almost.
well, look back to 1946 and It's a Wonderful Life. People only knew Mr. Potter, Lionel Barrymore, as the bad guy. He had a whole raft of work where he played all sorts. Like I saw him as an alcoholic lawyer who is in a problem, as a grandfather where he and his grandson get death and they get death stuck up in a tree. They trick him to go up the tree and he can't get out of that tree until they let him go. And that was one of the. He was in a wheelchair because he had bad arthritis. He would have gotten a hip replacement today and be walking. And in that movie, I forgot the name of it, where they get Death stuck in the tree. It might be Death Takes a Holiday. No, that was remade into Meet Joe Black. But he was walking in that one. It's one of the last times he walked, and he was in all the Dr. Kildare movies. He was great in Dr. Kildare movies because he was so irascible, but good-hearted.
Was he in a wheelchair?
Yeah. And he was smoking in the hospital. So that's why what people don't know, you know what I mean? Their only impression is that. It's like, what's his name? Bela Lugosi was only known for making the horror movies, but in the movie Ninotchka, which I love, that was the one that they had with Garbo Laughs. Because I will watch that movie again and again. Like, she goes up the Eiffel Tower faster than the elevator because she's a Soviet woman. And he plays Commissar Razinin. It's a small part, but if you know it, that's him. He's the one who gives Ninotchka the orders to go to Paris to get the crown jewels. So, anyways, Tiger Woods' downfall, unless anybody has more on the 1812 corpse. Tiger Woods' downfall.
He was a generational golfer, wasn't he? Until he started getting into these bad accidents in his place, like at the end of his driveway and that. It's like, it's so sad to see a guy that had great fame, was a great golfer, and all that money and go downhill like that.
You know what I would do if I got $20 million? Get a driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he had a driver, there'd be no problem.
I'd get a Bugatti and drive it myself.
I mean, he was a reason why I watched golf when he was golfing, because he was exciting. He had like probably one of the greatest golfers since probably before him, Arnold Palmer.
Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah.
Frank Irwin Zeller, also known as Fuzzy. Just as a sidelight, Jay Haas is the neighbor of a guy I worked with in Greenville, South Carolina.
What precipitated the demise of Tiger Woods? Was it that he had that argument with his wife, and it got a lot of press?
Serial cheating.
Yeah.
Like the one waitress, she got unduly vilified because they said, "Look at her, she's so plain." She's like I thought she was cute, and she was just like an average woman. She wasn't fat, and she wasn't, she looked good enough for the average guy. Just like when Hugh, what's his name? When he got the hooker, Divine Brown in Los Angeles, you get somebody average. You don't get somebody high profile. You get somebody average.
So when somebody is a serial cheater, do you think that's nature's way of telling them that you might be better off in a polyamorous lifestyle?
Everybody is a hero of their own story, so they don't need polyamorous. They just need to screw whatever they can.
I mean, he has money. He could buy any hookers or prostitute.
Yeah. He could be like Gary Glitter and go.
He didn't want love. He
boy.
just wanted sex?
Most likely.
Yeah. As a classmate in high school said, it only matters if I come.
So if somebody just wants more and more sex with more and more people, but they only love one person, do you see anything What do you see? Is that a wrong thing?
I think it's a weird thing.
If you can't be with the one you love, honey, love the one you're with.
Do you ascribe to that philosophy?
I do not.
Okay.
Unless
My
they were
father
swingers.
did.
Unless they were swingers, okay.
Hey,
Go for
Because
it.
I've been watching documentaries on polyamorous people, and you see this theme emerging again and again, where either the man or the woman will say, okay, I'm in a relationship. I'm not 100% satisfied, but I love the person. Therefore, I need a partner who I can go to get my other needs satisfied. And in the process, I become a whole person.
Oh,
And,
boy.
often husband number one will say, wow, for a while there, you were on the verge of suicide. Now you're like in really good mental health. So let's keep this thing going. And it's a fascinating thing to observe.
I think there's a few to a lot of lies in there, because how do you not start catching feelings? That it's actually an outlier for humans for joyless sex,
Unless you're a sociopath or something.
which I just said.
Right.
So you're Vanessa, you're opposed to polyamorous.
I'm not a fan of it. I don't really judge anyone, but it ain't for me.
Yeah, I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum. But,
Okay. So just not for you.
right.
I see.
I mean, if they want to do it, have at it. That's like, I'm happy that people that are gay can be out and about now, and they can find somebody because their pool that they have is so much smaller. So if they want to be, another group wants to be polyamorous, have at it.
So the people who had the kink community that had a podcast here for years, I used to like to talk to the people. And one woman said, she was here with her husband, and she said, once I learned that he loved inflicting pain
Ew.
during sex, I said, we're getting involved in a kink community. And then he found a partner who likes getting hurt, and she said, it saved our marriage.
Because when you say kink, that's like saying dog. There's such a range.
Right, yeah,
you know what I
different
mean?
breeds, yeah.
That's everything from
True.
P play to S&M to goofball stuff.
Correct.
Boy.
I mean, when you say kink, that can be any color on the spectrum.
I'm sure they intentionally named it that way too, so it encompasses.
Hey, whatever
everything.
happened to them? Why aren't they around anymore?
They
doing the
argue
show?
a lot amongst themselves. They do, and that's what was the downfall. So in other words, if number one, you got to keep everybody anonymous, but there's a downfall to that because you have a kink website where people can leave comments, and people anonymously were leaving these very caustic comments that contain misinformation.
Yeah.
And so then what do you do now? Do you censor this person? And then other people would say, I think I know who's doing that. And then
Do you remember that movie Ransom with Gary Sinise and Mel Gibson from 1994? Gary Sinise gives himself away because he uses a voice changer, but he says, not a problem. And it's a speech. And that's why they can read people by the comments they leave, because they say the same things all the time.
yeah.
And you're not as anonymous as you think. Even if you clear it. But
Yeah, I mean, you can even see that with Trump. He's got his little pet phrases.
Oh,
that
yeah.
He's always using.
yeah, low IQ. Yeah.
A loser, things like that.
Sleepy Joe.
What?
He calls Joe Biden Sleepy Joe.
Oh, yeah, Sleepy Joe.
They
right.
should call him Sleepy Donnie because now he's been going
No, they should call him Stinky Donnie
Yeah,
because he
that.
does.
His
stinky
diaper.
and sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
He is stinky.
Adam Kinzinger said, take high-end makeup products, take top-level cologne, and the smell of ass, and put it in a blender, and that's what he smells like.
Yeah, I saw a thing on Fox News. They put down like some sort of pee pad like you would put down on the floor for a dog, like a black one on a white couch for him to sit on because they didn't want him soiling the couch. I have the meme saved.
Apparently, they said that even on The Apprentice, they had to sit there for hours, and they couldn't close their eyes. They had to sit there quietly, and he would fill his diaper up,
Oh,
and he'd
yeah.
be full of shit.
He's diapered on.
It's like I said, they should be an age limit for presidents.
There
If
should.
you're over 75, no.
That's
Stay
right.
away.
I agree. I agree.
That makes sense.
I think they should let the
but-
younger generations govern
yeah,
themselves.
where's
you know?
where's the younger,
Give 'em a chance.
younger presidents and women presidents and
Yeah.
I
Well,
want
people
to
like
see
you won't
something
vote
different.
for a women president.
Yes, they will.
Why
No,
wouldn't
you won't.
I would have voted for Sarah Palin or Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley was running, and
I'd vote for AOC. She's fun.
Yeah, but the reason,
And speaking of Nikki Haley, she's out now.
and so is Nancy Mace. And
Oh yeah, she's gone.
All because Nikki Haley would disagree at meetings. You know, what was being said about national security.
Oh, are you talking about Tulsi Gabbard?
Oh, she's
that's
gone
what
too.
I'm talking
Well,
about.
she was kept out of the loop. She was on vacation when the Venezuela thing started happening.
Because she didn't want it to happen.
Well, she didn't even know. She was incommunicado.
Well, the point is, she had spoken up so many times about these interventions that they left her out when they made the decision to do an intervention.
But she is an opportunist because she was a Democrat until about 4 years ago.
She sure is. Like,
And she was a lieutenant colonel in the National Guard, whereas Greasy Petey was only a major. That's why he's so hooked up on the uniform and not about the actual function. But
So you hold that against her?
that she's
That she
a,
switched parties?
yeah,
I would-
because she can't be
she's a
trusted.
gr-
I would
yeah.
love to see Liz Cheney
Opportunist.
run for president too,
They
yeah.
did her a raw deal.
because she's
they wouldn't let her.
pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
she fights anything.
And she's a woman, and she has a lesbian sister, so she hits all the boxes. You know that people could say, "Hey, I'm in that family too."
I mean, I'm not a big fan of her father because of
Oh, yeah.
he was a warmonger along with
Neocon.
G-Dub.
Well, he could. I remember the first time I saw somebody who had a ventricular implant, and the weirdest thing was she didn't have a pulse.
whoa.
When you feel it, you don't feel a pulse, and I put the stethoscope on there, and it's going. It's this horrible grinding. I mean, and that's what he got while he was awaiting a heart transplant.
Holy m-
But nobody liked Dick Cheney in Wyoming, but he got things done. You know, but he was that at-large member of Congress, so he wasn't beholden to anybody because everybody knows everybody in Wyoming. It's so small, you know. So, but that's the thing. You can not like me, but I'll get things done. Okay, so now is my next topic. So at the bonfire last week, I saw something that reminded me of something in history. Because one of the logs fell and it pushed the fire right off the other thing. Because back 42 years ago, a kid up the street and we went back into the fields, and he had some M80s in this bottle of like rubbing alcohol or something. So we lit the rubbing alcohol on fire, blew up the M80 next to it, and it blew the fire off. And that's what they do for oil well fires. And there was the guy, Red Adair. He was a oil well firefighter, both on water and on land. And he was the one who put out those well fires in Iraq and Kuwait.
I remember that.
Yeah, because he learned that in the Army about putting a shape charge. And what it does is it just deprives it of the oxygen, and it blows it right off. And when I saw it in small, I was amazed by it. The shock wave just blew the fire right off.
So you know what we're talking about?
I've seen,
In the war in Iraq against Saddam Hussein,
yeah.
when he pulled back from his oil fields, he started them on fire. So the U.S. was sending in all these people to stop it, and nobody could. And then they said,
Yeah.
"Get this guy named Red Adair," and he went there and he stopped the fires.
Yeah, and that, in fact, even before in like '68, Hellfighters, was it, with John Wayne, was based on him, about fighting the oil well fires all over.
So that's pretty impressive when all these people can't do it, and then you're brought in and you do it.
Hey, even the police called 911. But yeah, that's the thing that I thought of because I saw it. I saw it on the bonfire. Something fell down and it blew the fire right off it. It blew the fire right off it, and so that's a way to fight the fire if you just remove the fire from it.
Oh, it's like Metallica, fight fire with fire. I guess it makes sense, huh?
Or enter Sandman. Sand will put out a fire too.
Well, yeah, it's true.
I mean, there's
Did you notice that that little hand fan I had? How well that worked with the fire. That's going to be a staple going forward for
Oh,
all
yeah.
bonfires.
Well, yeah,
Do you
just like,
have it
just
on
like
you?
a bellows.
Sure.
I'm going to have it on me.
Well, I clean up all my stuff, so I didn't know what you had to clean up because if you don't know, folks, we didn't have a show last week because Richard was cleaning up. So I don't know who the slobs were that didn't clean up their mess. And are my two coolers still here?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hope you take them with
somebody
I
had a
want
show
to.
that's here. Vanessa had a show.
Do you want a sugary soda? Do you want Coke?
Yeah, there's sugary Coke out there.
Yeah, because I can't drink it.
Yeah.
I can't drink it either. I'm diabetic.
Yeah,
you. Well, if you leave it behind, I'm sure somebody will drink it.
Yeah.
Because so many people come through here.
Right. And did you take the water?
No, and I left it intact.
I said you take all the water you want.
So whatever you leave behind, I will tell people, hey, if you go in the garage, you know,
I'll
I
take
mean,
a couple bottle waters.
waters are
Great,
good.
before I
great,
leave.
great, great. So in other words, leave it in the garage, whatever you don't want. And then, like I said to Vanessa last week, I said, there's stuff in the garage. And then you got one of those Cokes, right? Yeah.
I got one of the Cokes.
Yeah, because I can't drink them unless I'm having low blood sugar. But the nutritionists call sugared soda liquid candy.
Isn't there 14 teaspoons of table sugar in a can of
I thought it
Coke?
was high fructose corn syrup,
Well-
not even real sugar.
Well,
right?
no, yeah, that's not because that's part of the whole thing about Coke and New Coke. That I don't know how much it, but it's about this much brown color and it's about this much sugar. So, but
Can
yeah,
it really open drains? I heard if you dump a can
no,
of Coke down
no,
a
it
drain.
won't. No, that won't, and it won't take the chrome off of a bumper either.
Okay, so those are all
rust.
myths.
Well,
It cleans the chrome and gets the rust off.
right, and,
does?
But,
Oh, boy.
That's what people say, but I never tried it.
but on stainless steel or on chromed things, chromoly things, it won't degrade them. But still, they put cocaine in it.
They used to. Yeah.
No, they still do.
Where?
The amount, I don't understand why they do it because it's so minuscule. But they're one of the few, well, actually, cocaine is still used as a topical, 11.2% as a topical anesthetic in ENT.
Oh.
But it's such prone for abuse that not many places keep it. So let's see, we got time
Yeah,
for...
I fact checked that. There's no cocaine in Coca-Cola.
Not anymore.
Today. There
You,
used
was
to
it
be.
Well,
It was for over 100 years, but
Yeah.
the rumor persists even though they stopped it.
well, for over 100 years, so that's even up to 30 years ago.
Isn't
Hey.
there a drink called cocaine or something?
No.
No, it's
Or
just
was
cocaine.
there, or
Cocaine.
was
there? I don't know.
Coca's short for cocaine. So.
And but it was in, that's what it was. It was in Big Secrets by William Poundstone. He talked about that. So at that time, it was still in there, and there was such a negligible amount. I don't know why they would even bother. I mean, it's a homeopathic amount.
Here's another fact check. They stopped putting it in starting in 1903, and by 1928, there was no more cocaine.
Aw.
Then, but you said for over 100 years,
Yeah, because it was in the 1800s that the drink started.
1888,
1888 it was?
around, or it was between 85 and 88. John Pemberton in Atlanta. He was a druggist. He was a pharmacist.
Yeah, well, that's what it says here. It says.
No, I get you.
Oh, it says there hasn't. It hasn't had it for over 100 years.
Oh.
Not that it had it.
Oh, okay. So William Poundstone got me. Okay, so we got 2.5 left. Can you cover Kyle Busch's death in 2.5 minutes, Robbie? Well,
Yeah,
you
the-
get 2 minutes.
Well, yeah, because I want to know what that sepsis is that he died from, because it was it just
I've heard that
came out of
that's
the
a
blue.
hospital illness.
No.
Like you get it from the other diseases in the hospital.
No, that's nosocomial. Whereas if a doctor causes it, it's iatrogenic. No, sepsis is, the way like any political thing starts locally and it becomes national? Like anything national has to start somewhere locally. That's why a urinary tract infection that's untreated makes the whole body sick. Or a pneumonia. Sepsis is body-wide illness, even if there's a focus.
Based on a local infection.
Yeah.
Because it was just weird that he was sick. He was getting sick during the race. Went and met with the NASCAR doctor. Then all of a sudden, he got treated, got sent home, and then he dies not even long
So
after.
he
that.
could have been treated better.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, remember, everybody's the smartest person they know. They think they know better than everybody else. And if you're a NASCAR guy, you're the top of the tip of the spear for racing sports. So I don't know what was going on there. But also, you see the way wildfires rise up and all of a sudden everything's burning?
Yeah.
Sepsis can do that.
It's very quick.
Yeah, or like meningitis, because John Barry, who was a graphic designer or something on Star Wars, had a headache at 6 p.m. By 2 a.m., he was dead from meningitis. Jim Henson died quickly like that also from meningitis. Yeah, because viral meningitis won't kill you, but you feel like you're dead alive. Bacterial meningitis sneaks up on you like a thief in the night and kills you, and you're dead. Okay, so we're buttoning it up, y'all. If you have any comments, you can contact us on our socials, or if you have my number, you can text me. We're on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. So Twitch, and I don't Twitch. But let's see. Oh, I got a joke for y'all. I'm worried about the calendar. I think the days are numbered. All righty, we're pulling into the station, screeching to a halt with the buses battered and beaten and putting out black smoke, and it stinks of diesel. But we're here.
Acknowledge Vanessa's return.
And Vanessa's back. So, and have a
I'm
great weekend,
sounded
y'all.